Pixar has always been the gold standard when it's come to making 3D animated movies. The first movie was Toy Story, a universally loved movie that has gone on to be considered a classic in many people's eyes. Pixar later then made a great deal of great movies, from Toy Story 2 to Finding Nemo, and my personal favorite, The Incredibles. Pixar's movies were always known for being movies that kids could enjoy, but never fell into poop or fart joke territory. Pixar never decided to dumb down their content for the sake of getting the cheap laughs from little kids. They always took clever concepts and tried their best to make them accessible enough that children would never be bored, but adults would be able to see a more layered story with complex ideas and themes. This is why Pixar has been disappointing me for the last few years. The last truly great movie in my eyes is Up, which arrived 6 years ago in 2009. Pixar's latest movies, Brave, Cars 2, and Monsters University, while being enjoyable, have not been at the same level that they were on in the early 2000s. They have not been as smart, inventive, or even as funny. In the past decade, other movie studios such as DreamWorks Animation and Sony Pictures have been releasing great movies like How to Train Your Dragon and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, all movies that took the similar approach to the Pixar formula, and they turned out great. So as you can see, I was a little cautious about Inside Out when I saw the trailers. I was unsure of the concept itself. I didn't know if Pixar could pull it off. I liked the talent that was helming it, as Pete Docter did direct Up and co-direct Monsters, Inc. I also liked the voice cast. Casting Amy Poehler as Joy, Phyllis Smith as Sadness, Mindy Kaling as Disgust, Bill Hader as Fear, and Louis Black as Anger seemed to be perfect choices. The only thing I was worried about was the script. I just didn't know if it'd be at the same level as the movies that came out during the golden age of Pixar movies. That was why I was so elated when I left the movie theater. The first thought that runs through my head whenever I think about Inside Out is that Pixar is finally back. Inside Out is a brilliant movie which takes a high concept idea and turns it into a smart, fun movie which has a great amount of heart. Inside Out is about an 11-year-old girl named Riley who is going through a difficult time, as she has just moved from her hometown because her father wants to pursue his own business. While this is essentially the plot, the movie really takes place in Riley's own head and shows what her emotions are doing, and how their actions control Riley's actions. This is all that I want to tell you about the plot, because I feel that if I decide to say more, then I'd be spoiling a lot of great ideas that this movie has about how the mind works. The best way to see Inside Out is the way I saw it, knowing close to nothing at all about it. Inside Out has so many great ideas about how the mind works that I'd be doing you a disservice by telling you how it works. However, there are a few things that I would not mind telling you. First of all, the voice cast is stellar. Every single person is great at their role. Special mention must also be given to Phyllis Smith. She's just great in her role as Sadness, and her lines give for some truly great comedy. Another thing that works is the visual style of the movie. The emotions in Riley's head are not like humans in the real world. Instead, they are made up of energy, and they are luminescent figures. There's color everywhere in this movie, and everything just pops. It just may be the most visually interesting movie that Pixar has ever made. Special mention must also be made for Michael Giacchino, the film's composer. He's shaping up to be one of the best film composers, and his score for Inside Out just shows that. The music always fits the tone, whether it's a happy moment from Riley's childhood or a sad moment during the present time. Inside Out is the kind of family film that is supposed to be shown to children. It has an interesting premise which it executes very, very well, and it has enough humor to stop it from being boring or too downbeat and depressing. And towards the end, you can see just how much heart this movie has in it. It's the kind of movie that kids should be seeing, as it can teach them many things and can help them become a better person. You should definitely see this movie, and if you have a kid, you should also definitely see it, because it's worth all of the hype that's built around it. I give this movie an A+. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and remember to subscribe.